I've had people laugh at me charging those numbers.
From $0 to $188,000 in, let's just call it 20 to 21 months since we've been working together. So this is not your typical 0 to 100 in the first 90 days or 50K to $1 million like we had with Lisa in 1 year. But I think most of you guys watching right now would be pretty happy if you went from 0 to 188 in about 20 to 21 months. So I got the Queen of Woo Woo here, Simone Travis, who's in our Point One program. And when I say Queen of Woo Woo, she epitomizes what it means to bring that energy and the energetic, I'm probably not going to use the right words here, that intuition, that flair to her coaching business. And so today I want to share with you on some of her beliefs on how she got there, and maybe some little ninja tricks on how you can get there too, and how she sees new coaches going through that transition and how they can get to their goals faster. So, hey, Simone, first of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's huge. I know each week you post your wins and you're like, yep, I had another $8,088 client, or it's always, your numbers are always in eights, which is just crazy. Tell us the significance of the number 8 first. I want to hear that. I think the audience will be curious as to what is 8 and how they can bring more number 8s into their world.
I mean, at the end of the day, every number and everything that we say has frequency. So, whether you pick, $2,000, $5,000, $8,000 is really irrelevant. You've just got to be congruent with it. And it's got to be something that aligns with who you are. And being the Queen of Woo Woo, at the end of the day, those numbers mean something to me. So it's easy for me to present the numbers like that, because at the end of the day, I'm completely congruent. They gel with me. I feel aligned with them. So, we can go into the whole metaphysical and what the eights mean and all of that kind of stuff. But I mean, the main takeaway that people need to know is pick a number that actually works for you, because, for you might have trouble saying 8,888 because it might feel weird. Whereas for me, it just feels completely natural. So,
right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you could pick 7 or 6 and the number is irrelevant. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's not irrelevant. There are meanings behind the numbers. 8, as you know, are lucky numbers. So there are some significance behind it. But, at the end of the day, I went from 444 to 555 to 888, and they all mean different things. And to be honest, off the top of my head, what the 4 8s together mean, I actually am at a loss to remember the exact sequence of that, but I know that it's lucky and it's just calling in abundance for people. And for me, I'm really huge on being all of you, however that looks. So I've had people laugh at me charging those numbers, right? But it works. It works for me and I love it. So, I'm the Queen of Woo Woo. So it's anything to do with manifestation, being the best version of you. I'm the Queen of mindset, like getting into the corners of your mind and being able to unlock that and unlock your potential. So, the people that I really love are the ones that they know that they're destined for more. Like they just know there's something great within them, and they might have all the strategy, but for some reason it's just not working. They feel out of alignment. They feel like they're stuck. That's my jam. That's the bit that really lights me up. That's the thing that I love the most. It really lights me up. So
yeah, we can tell. And I know all the P1s love that about you as well. Charging 8,888. What were you charging when you started?
When I started, I think it was 2,000, maybe 1,997 or something. That was the stamp, when you first start, and that's the stamp, and I was like, oh my God, my first $1,000 client, like I'm winning at life. And it's just been this transition where now I'm in demand. So, that price has actually gone up. So.
Very cool. Very cool. So guys, if you're watching and you're loving this, right, just send her a PM because it's going to go up again. So on that note though, for those that are starting out, particularly if you're watching this, you're probably a brand new coach, you have this thing called either niche FOMO or just indecisiveness. How did you find this niche? It's very unique. It is very unique.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any journey, there's a few twists and turns. And, when I first started and came into point one, I had a business background. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do business. And the more that I did it, the more I was like, it's not actually lighting me up. Like at the end of the day, I can do it. I can talk strategy. I know it, but there's really no passion versus, the spiritual aspect of me and mindset. I do that for joy. Like on my day off, that's what I'm doing. I'm reading about it. I'm learning about it. It's part of who I be. So it's very easy for me to go into that niche. So, you speak a lot, which I really love, about congruence and doing the things, that we are in alignment with. Maybe you don't use those words, right? But that's it. I mean, when you're picking a niche, it's got to be something that you're actually congruent with, that you're aligned with, that you can speak with passion, that it lights you up, because this is not a short-term journey. You don't go into coaching, make $1 million and then leave in a month. It's not like that. You've got to show up day after day after day after day, and you're evolving and growing and evolving and growing. So at the end of the day, you want that destination that you're heading towards being something that's going to fill you up. So even if you're really good at doing something like spreadsheets, but they don't light you up, really invest the time to get super congruent in what it is that you want to drive your business about. And don't be afraid to just give things a go. Get out there, brainstorm, ask your friends, like, what am I really good at? Because for me, it was so unconsciously competent, all of the quantum theory, all of the mindset, that I just took it for granted. I actually just took it for granted, and I was looking for skill sets that I was aware of, but it's just part of who I be, that I'm like, oh yeah, I can talk about that all day, every day, with a mouthful of marbles, cool. Right?
Yeah, I agree. Most coaches, they're resisting something that they should lean into. And most people in that manifestation space have money blocks or have negative associations to money, or they think it's dirty, it's evil, it's bad. You're the opposite though. You're in that space, but you're one of the rare that I see. You don't have a money block, and it's kind of the opposite. I'm curious as to your beliefs around money, because I know there's people sitting in your shoes probably thinking, nah, I'm all about manifestation, money's bad, money's evil, all this kind of stuff. Let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, I get that a lot. I actually teach a lot around money, because it is the one block a lot of people have, whether in woo-woo space or any particular space, because there's a lot of conclusions and beliefs and things that we've been told, and it doesn't really matter. Like, if you're spiritual and, you're one with the world, then money shouldn't matter. And all of these just points of view that people have bought into. But for me, money is just, when we are being all of ourselves, we get to have everything that we desire. So if we don't have money and we want to be this loving, caring, compassionate person and want to be able to give back and save the world, then you can't save the world being poor. Like, there's only so much impact that you can have. Like, it's just the way that it is. Like, you can pick it on a street corner all that you want, but I mean, if you've got money, you can actually contribute. You can go out there, you can make a difference, you can, build shelters, you can protect the animals. Whatever your dream is, it's a currency. And for me, it's about unleashing all of us and having all that we desire and having everything available to us, because whether you want to have that amount of money or not, at least it's a choice. Because we're here, as many people say, having a human experience, or whatever the spiritual woo-woo version of it is. But at the end of the day, we're here to have a great time. We're here to have all that our heart's desires. If we've got the money and we can go and create the money, we can give back to our family, we can go and do all of these things. We get to follow through with all of the things that we say that we want to do. So I get very passionate about that.
That's what I mean. That's why we love you. So guys, I hope you were writing down lots of notes there, or if you're watching this just rewind it back, and every single sentence you said there was gold, especially about it's a choice. Like, it's huge. You just drop gold after gold after gold. So how about this? Let's end with this. What's the goal for the next 12 months for you? 2022, are we reaching for 888,000 in your business? Is that kind of...
Sure. So yeah, I mean, it was, at the end of the day, my desire is to impact as many people as possible. So, yes, it's about the money, but it's also about impact, because I know at the last point one Christmas party, or I think when we were doing training around Christmas last year, I made a public announcement that I had to have touched the lives of 300 people, or I would be shaving my head, right? So I don't know.
Where are you at? How many are you at now?
I think I've got 54 people to go, right? 54 people by the end of the year, which is, I'm going to nail that because I like my hair. I love my hair and I'm not going to do that. So for me, it's about setting that next impact target. And, you know, money is the flow on of having that impact and being the full expression of who I am. So sure, why don't we just go? Eight, right? As many eights as we can possibly get. So
love it. Guys, help her out. If you want her to keep her hair, send her a DM, get on a call with her, sign up to a program, help her out. Or if you want to see her with a shaved head, then send her a DM in January when it's expired. That's kind of the deal there. Is that right?
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. So it's one thing that I really don't want to do, that I really, really back my manifesting powers. And I know 100% that that's not going to be the case, but I appreciate the love.
Love it. Love it. Guys, thank you very much. If this was valuable, type in valuable below. And also, Simone, really appreciate you. This has been gold. And I know there's been a very different flavor for what I produce out there because, you know, optometry background, very strategy heavy, very process driven, that kind of stuff. But I know the audience is going to fall in love with this straight away. So thank you for that.
Thank you. And one last comment is, you know, at the end of the day, you need both. You need strategy and mindset, you know, so anyone standing out there that needs it for the coaching business, please reach out to Richmond because I wouldn't be in my position being the person that I am, being this congruent with this much passion and having the success without him in my corner. Like I just wouldn't. So, you know, he's a testament to how far I've grown, not within my business, but just as a person. So I really want to thank you for that. I really want to thank you because I really owe so much of my growth to you.
Appreciate you. Guys, keep believing, never settle.